Hello and welcome to the Saturday Glute Gang. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We got a brand new workout today. It is a glorious day in Pennsylvania. Big announcement. There are new and more Women's Strength Nation Saturday Glute Gang tank tops are in stock. If you did not get one last time, my store is stocked full with lots of the white version as well as the black tank top. So if you missed out last time, simply go to my website, hollyperkins.com, go to the shop under apparel, and you will see both of the options there. It's an incredible tank. If you did not get one, I wear them all the time. It's a really beautiful racer back. It says Glute Gang on the back, and it's a great length. This is a size small, which is a little bit, I guess it fits a little loosely, which I like. It's not tight around the torso, but it is nicely fitted around the arms, so you've got some good coverage. The white version has a little bit lower scoop neck, whereas the black version has a really nice high, tight neck and a tighter racer back in the back. The fabric, I think, is mostly cotton, but I do think there's some polyester in it. I'm not sure. I can check if you're curious, but it does have a nice little bit of stretch to it so that if you want to tie it up, which, as you know, is my favorite way to go, just go to my website, hollyperkins.com/shop, or just go straight to the shop and you can place your order there. Let's get started, guys. Welcome. Today, you are going to need a set of light dumbbells, a set of heavier dumbbells, and do we need a band today? Hold on. Yes, we need a circular hip band today. But that is all. You do not need a handled resistance band today. And if you are new to my workout and you're wondering why I'm wearing this very sexy vest, today is a very big hunting day and we have a lot of people on the property here hunting. Better safe than sorry. So are you guys ready? Let me adjust that a little bit. Hold on. There we go, guys. Let's get this party started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Take your feet separated. Big inhale up. Exhale it out. Give me two more just like that. Knees are soft, extending to the sky, lifting up through your tummy right here. And exhale, take your right hand down, left hand reaches for the sky, and I want you to lengthen out the space from your rib cage to your hip. Really lengthen out that space, lengthening up, activating that transverse abdominis. So anytime you actively lengthen, it causes transverse abdominis to grab. That is a very important, valuable abdominal muscle, one of the 5 abdominal muscles, main front abdominal muscles. Relax down, right hand up. And what transverse abdominis does is it's like a girdle across your torso. So it causes your torso to contract inward. When we lengthen up, that fires up that muscle so that you're better prepared for the workout. Big stretch, really lengthening, relax it out, and let's come into some spinal rotations. Let your arms just naturally flow around you. Activate and squeeze down on the glute of the leg that you're turning away from. That anchors your pelvis so that you can more safely rotate around with your spine. I want you to just let your arms fully rotate around you as if you're trying to completely look behind you. Look behind you if you can, okay? If you get a little too dizzy, keep your eyes forward, but I want you to let your spine fully rotate. We're releasing some tension, opening up range of motion, and improving flexibility through your pelvis and your spine. Also activating those glutes. One more. And let's take your feet separated. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to my new microphone. I hit the button by accident, so bear with me. Hoping these microphones work a little bit better. Take a look at your feet. True parallel. Toes are forward. Keep them there. Put your weight onto your heels. Soften your knees. Hips back. Let's go side to side, starting a bit shallow as you begin. Sitting shallow, heavy onto the heel, pressing deeply into your left heel, right heel, left heel, right heel. Reach your hips back so that the emphasis is on the heel and therefore the posterior chain. activating, preparing, and warming the hamstrings and the glutes with a little bit of quads, as well as a good dynamic stretch for the hip flexor. And if that feels good, sit deeper. Sit all the way down. Make it bigger, sitting as deeply as you possibly can to exaggerate the stretch you get on the inner thigh and to activate the muscular contraction you're getting when you sit right there. Sitting deeply, big stretch. You know I love this move. It is incredibly valuable. 2 more. And relax. Feet come together. Knees are soft. I want you to reach up super tall. Come back into a partial lunge. Reach, partial lunge. If this is super doable, piece of cake, easy for you, you're going to make it bigger by coming down, tapping the floor. Big reach, big lunge. Let your back knee tap down so that you're getting the full depth in that front leg. Letting that back knee tap down, driving into your front heel, standing super tall, reaching so that we can continue to activate transverse abdominis here. Make it big, heart rate increasing, preparing you for the workout. If you're new today, this is just our warm-up. Getting you ready for the workout, getting your body primed, activated, and warmed. 2 more. Big reach, 1 more. And relax. Feet come together, find your balance. Keep this leg free floating. Don't anchor unless you have to. If you're challenged by balance, just tap down when you need to. But I want you to work on your balance. Now, soften your right leg, the leg that you're standing on. If you can, use your hands for balance. I want you to look around your space. Look from right to left. And now I want you to look up. I'm not going to be doing it today. Look up and look down. Really increase the range of motion of where you're looking with your head, looking all around you. And now just gradually pan the area in your space, panning left to right, challenging that balance. I know it might feel a little silly. It looks even sillier. And I know it might be challenging. Relax, switch sides. One of the best development exercises you can do for balance and functionality of the legs, make sure this knee is soft. If you have a tendency to lock out the knee, that is proof that you really got to work this exercise. Soft on the knee, use your hands for balance, and I want you to look right and left. You're going to notice it throws your balance off. As you get comfortable there, you're going to look up and right, up and left, looking up and down, looking around your space, and just counterbalancing, okay? The more you move your eyes, the more your balance is going to throw you off. Now, pan your area. Just pan everything, looking all over. The name of the game is to throw your balance off. The more you move your eyeballs and your head, the more you're going to be challenged. And that is what we're doing here. An incredible exercise. One more incredible exercise for developing your balance, but also firing up and warming up the legs. Such a great exercise. One stretch. I want you to reach up, feet together. I want you to come back into your lunge, keeping your back toe tucked under, coming up into a lunge. If this is uncomfortable on your bottom knee, go ahead and put something underneath it. Double up your mat, but I do want you to try and tuck that back toe. Take a big inhale up. And then I want you to exhale and turn and you're going to turn towards the leg that's in front, bringing your hand to that back leg. Inhale up, and then bring both hands down in front of the leg as if you're bringing your shoulders below your knee. Repeat. Inhale up, Reach back. Inhale up, shoulders down below the knee. And again, inhale up, rotate, hand to the heel, up, shoulders down. And let's do that one more time. Up, greatest stretch in the world right there. Makes everything right in the world. And relax. Take your hands on opposite sides of your knees, step forward, other leg back, same thing on the other side. You're in a half kneeling lunge with your toe tucked under in the back. Inhale up, rotate, hand to the heel. You're turning towards the leg that's in front. Inhale up, shoulders below the knee for a hip stretch, and repeat. Inhale, rotate, inhale, shoulders deep, getting that hip stretch. 2 more. Inhale up. Oh, does that not feel amazing? Oh, so good, so good, so good. Shoulders down, 1 more, all the way up, rotate, up, and relax down. Separate the hands to both legs, and I want you to step back into a plank, and I want you to just hold in a plank. Hold as a preparatory sequence. If this is super easy for you, tap your tummy with one hand, alternating sides. You can also just hold your plank. If you want a slight bit more of a dynamic prep and a dynamic warm up, bring your hand, tap your tummy, alternating sides. This is going to prepare us for an exercise that's coming up in the workout. Keeping your hips as steady as you can, but they will probably rock side to side a little bit. Totally fine. 2 more. 1 more, knees to the ground. Tuck your toes, sit back into a crouched position, and I want you to rock back and forth, bringing flexibility, mobility, and potentially a little discomfort to the forefeet and toes. Oh no, you guys, it's starting to rain. Okay, everybody, collective group prayer. Please send out your vibes right now that it doesn't start raining. It's not supposed to, but everybody say, whisper a little prayer to yourself that it doesn't rain, because I will have to go inside. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. And relax. Okay, from here, come on up onto your feet, lift your knees 10 times, please. And the reason we don't want it to rain is not because I mind it. I'll stay out here and work out with you guys in the rain. My phone doesn't have a cover, and I don't want my phone to get wet, or my brand new microphone. Okay, you guys ready for the workout? Rain is going to go away, and we are going to have an awesome workout. Grab a heavier dumbbell for this first exercise. You want to work with a 10, 15, maybe even a 20-pound dumbbell for this first superset. If you're new to the workout, we're working in supersets. 2 exercises done back to back with no rest. Then you take a short rest. Then we're going to repeat that superset again for 2 sets. If you want a harder workout today, you're going to move faster, use heavier weight loads, don't rest, or rest shorter than I do. And you're going to do 3 supersets for each of the 5 supersets that we're doing today. Let me show you the first 2 exercises so you can get started. Heavier dumbbell, goblet squat. Make sure that it's staying in contact with your upper chest. Heels are wider than shoulder width distance apart. Toes are turned open. You are going to sit straight down. Stand, squeeze your glutes. Goblet squat, 15 reps. Second exercise, we go straight up over the head with the dumbbell end to end, and it's a tricep extension. As I said, you want to be working with a heavier dumbbell today. Ideally, everyone's starting with at least an 8 or a 10-pound dumbbell, working up from there. You guys ready? Let's go. Grab your dumbbell, toes are open, 15 goblet squats. Here we go. Sitting deep, squeeze your glutes. Now remember, you can move faster than me. You can move more slowly than me. Whatever is right for your body today. I want you to be challenging yourself about 20% harder than wherever you are today. So for example, I was not feeling well for the past week. My energy was down. My workouts were not up. And So I'm just a little down today. My energy's a little low. My body doesn't feel great. So 20% today is less than 20% was 2 weeks ago. But you want to challenge yourself a bit more than wherever you are today. 15 reps, faster or slower than me. One more. And we're going to go into overhead tricep extension. Dumbbell up over your head. Keep your upper arms right near your ears. So you don't want your upper arms to move much. Your elbows are going to adjust a little bit, but you really want to keep your elbows right near the sides of your head. You don't want your elbows actively opening out, okay? Nothing active going in your upper arm. The only thing that's happening is you're bending at the elbow so that your lower arm decreases its angle, bringing that dumbbell down so that it basically taps between your shoulder blades, keeping your upper arms as perpendicular to the ground as you can. Two more. If you want a harder workout today, you're not going to take a rest. I want you to go right into your second set of Goblet Squat, going right into it, you guys. I was not anticipating this, but it's like warm enough that this jacket is too much. So I've got to put this really sexy orange over top of a tank top. This is so goofy. You guys, so goofy. But these are the times that we are in today. So, you know, safety over vanity, friends. Okay, guys, you ready for second set? If you are with me working at my pace, let's go. Second set, 15 repetitions, chest up, toes are turned open, sit deeply, squeeze your glutes right there. Make sure that at the top, you're tucking your pelvis under to really squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your glutes, really important. You're finishing the move by locking your hips fully open here. So the whole name of the game is to get nice straight hips at the top of the move. And that happens because you tuck the pelvis and really activate and squeeze your glutes. It also helps to wake up and get your glutes firing, which is one of the most important things you can focus on in your fitness journey overall, because it impacts so many of your exercises. 15 reps, and let's go right into second set, tricep overhead extension. Elbows stay in space. It's as if you've got a hinge at the elbow and you are literally just folding in half and extending. Long at the bottom, high at the top. Get as much range of motion here as you possibly can. So you want that dumbbell coming down to your upper back between your shoulder blades, but then you want to really extend through your triceps. Here, lock your elbows, borderline lock your elbows. Really squeeze your triceps at the top. And if that means that your elbows lock out for a moment, that is cool. That old notion that you don't ever want to lock a joint really is not accurate. That's like the cue of keeping a flat back. It's just a misnomer. You really do want to lock out that elbow joint momentarily because you're really activating and squeezing the triceps. One more, and we got a short break. Let me show you the next two exercises for those of you guys that are moving ahead. Next two exercises, RDL with a dumbbell. Knee soft, hip hinge, knee soft, hips reach back, coming into your RDL, stand and squeeze your glutes. Hips back, stand and squeeze your glutes. Second exercise, side raise. You may need to use two different dumbbells for this superset. Your RDL, you're able to go heavier, and on your dumbbell side raise, you should be somewhere between 3 and 8 pounds. If you're above 8 pounds on this side raise, just make sure that you've really got good technique. Okay, guys, ready? Let's start. Feet are hip distance apart. Feet are truly parallel. Then turn your toes open the tiniest little bit. Soften your knees, arch in your lower back, hips reach back, stand, squeeze your butt. Hips reach back, stand, squeeze your butt. Keep your chest slightly lifted. Even at the bottom here, there should still be a slight upward angle from your hips to your head. So if I were to look at you right now from the side, there would be an upward angle from your tailbone to your head, a little tiny bit. It doesn't have to be much, but this is not bending over to touch the ground. That is not what this exercise is. It's important that you're keeping load and tension on the back side, the hamstrings and the glutes here. And that can only happen if you keep your torso, your upper body at a slight angle. As soon as you go to parallel with the floor with your upper body, you're going to be losing tension. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the butt here. Reach the hips back, tuck and squeeze. Reach those hips back, tuck and squeeze. One more. And let's go into side raise. 3, 5, or maybe even 8-pound dumbbells. Pause at the top, depending on how hard this exercise is for you. If your dumbbells are a little light, I want you to give me a definitive pause. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a tip. In my experience, coaching women in the gym for the past 30 years now, I would say after glutes, deltoids are often the second weakest muscle group in women. This is a deltoid exercise. So pausing at the top and learning this exercise with a lighter dumbbell works really, really well. Really well. So don't feel like you're cheating or you're wussing out. If you go a little light on this exercise, go a little light, give me a pause. One more, short break. Unless you want to keep moving, jump right back into your second set, RDL, going into side raise. Everybody say a little prayer, rain, rain, go away. Come again, another day, sometime next year would be perfect. We've had a lot of precipitation this year. This is actually the first day that we don't have snow since 2 weeks ago. Right after I saw you guys 2 weeks ago, we got a big snowstorm and we've had snow ever since. You can see some of it still out in the field here. But yesterday, most of it melted. Okay, you guys ready? Second set. Here we go. Feet separated, toes open, knees soft. Let's do it. Bend and squeeze. Reach your hips back. Promise me you've got an arch in your lower back right here. Arch in the lower back right there. Reach your hips back, tuck the pelvis under and squeeze, tuck and squeeze, really opening those hips. Oh, it feels so good. This is such an incredible exercise to improve flexibility in the hamstrings. Great glute exercise, really great exercise to protect and strengthen your postural muscles and spinal alignment. Such a good exercise, one of my favorites. If you really work this from the perspective of strength training, this also becomes one of my favorite exercises for strengthening and tightening up your upper back. So if you're looking to get a nice muscular upper back, one of the best exercises right here. 2 more. And let's go into that second set. Dumbbell side raise. Slight bend in the elbow, slight pause at the top, unless your weight is heavy. If your weight is heavier, you're not going to pause at the top. You're just going to get in and get out, up and down. And if you're working with 3 or 5-pound dumbbells or less, you can definitely give me a pause here. Unless if you're really new in your fitness journey and 5 pounds feel heavy, you don't have to pause. It's all relative. Whenever people ask me, how much weight should I be doing for this exercise or the other? It's like, I don't know. It always depends on where you are in your fitness journey. 3 pounds on this exercise could be very hard for someone. And 10 pounds for another person could be very light on this exercise. It's all relative to your strength journey. Short break. Let me show you the next two exercises. You want 2 dumbbells. We're going to go medium weight dumbbells, 8 to 10 pound dumbbells for this next superset. These are 2 exercises that really use bigger muscle groups, so you should be able to use slightly heavier dumbbells, but it is going to get your heart rate up. So feet are separated about shoulder width distance, toes are turned open slightly. You're going to keep dumbbells at your sides, sit and press. Sit and press. So it's a squat with a press. Second exercise, staying in position, knees are soft, bent over row. So this bottom position looks like your RDL, and then we hold it into position to really focus on the upper body. Grab your dumbbells, 8, 10, 15, maybe even 20 pound dumbbells here, and let's go squat and press. Heels are shoulder width distance, toes are turned open, and here we go. Sitting down, big press, 15 reps, more or less, depending on where you are today, depending on your fitness journey and how you're feeling. Reach your hips back, sitting super deep. You can move faster or slower. You can do more reps or fewer. Take breaks if you need it. And the bigger the workout that you want today, the faster I want you moving, the more weight I want you doing. And please do 3 supersets. And press. Hips back, sit, and press. Keeping your chest up as much as you possibly can. Getting that heart rate up. And 2 more. Feet stay in position, or they can come a hair closer. Knees soft, RDL at the bottom, row your elbows back. Head stays in alignment with the body so that you've got a 90-degree angle from your chin to your neck. Chin to neck, 90 degrees, as compared to lifting your chin and looking forward. Every now and then, if you look forward because you want to look at me on your camera, that's fine, but try to keep 90-degree angle from the chin to the neck. Elbows back, squeezing, pause, pause. Use the heaviest weights you can tolerate here, because both of these exercises really are big movement patterns, and they can handle a heavier dumbbell here. 2 more. And short break. Otherwise, second set, squat and press, dumbbell bent over row, okay? That's our third superset here. The rest of us will take a short break. Please keep moving around. You can take a longer break. You can take a shorter break, jumping back in whenever you're ready. The whole point of taking these breaks is to let your heart rate recover a little bit. So everybody listen up, because technically this is not a cardio workout. This is a strength training workout. So these rests allow systemic rest and recovery so that when you come back for your next superset, you're stronger. So for those of you guys doing 3 supersets, you don't want your heart rate to be limiting how much weight you can move on your third superset. I know you love the high heart rate. I know you love the sweat, but really what we're doing here is trying to go for heavier weight loads. So use a short little break if that helps to facilitate you working harder within the set. Second set, let's go. Toes are turned open, heels are about shoulder width distance apart. Here we go, sitting and press, sitting and press. Really reach your hips back as much as you can, keeping a neutral curvature in your spine and squeezing your glutes and hips here. Tuck the pelvis under, squeeze your glutes, hips back, hips forward. And doesn't that feel good? Hips back, hips forward. Ooh, if you spend a lot of time sitting during the week, this cue, that articulation is extra valuable. Hips back here, hips forward here. 15 more or less, depending on you. One more, and we're gonna go into that bent over row. Feet about hip width distance apart, knees are soft. Forward bend and row. Squeeze those elbows back, pausing at the top if the weight load is comfortable for you. If the weight load is heavy and challenging, give me a little bit less of a pause. Big row. You want to be using about 10, 12, 15, maybe even 20-pound dumbbells here. Big pause. Elbows back so that your shoulder blades are moving towards each other. Retracting backwards, shoulder blades towards each other. One more, short break. Or please start your third superset while I show you our next two exercises. You're going to want a set of heavier dumbbells nearby, but for the first exercise, you only need one dumbbell. We're going to be doing a split squat with an overhead hold and a bicep curl. Let me show you from the front, but I will do it with you from the side. So feet are together, knees are soft. You're going to step back into a split squat, making sure you've got space between your feet from left to right. If you step back on your left leg, your dumbbell is in your left hand. Okay, the leg that steps back is the same hand that you're holding your weight. We're sitting down for a split squat and stand. Down and stand. Second exercise, you'll pick up your other dumbbell. We've got a hammer curl at 45 degrees. So you're going to hit 90 degrees in a hammer curl, turn it open at 45, and we've got a 45-degree hammer curl right here. Heavier dumbbells. Let me tell you, my friend, this exercise makes your arms and your shoulders look amazing. All right, you ready? Grab one of those heavier dumbbells. Ideally, you'll hold it in your left hand, feet together, knees soft, step back on your left leg, get into position that's comfortable for your split squat, dumbbell overhead. Here we go. 15 more or less, depending on your ability. Yes, you can do this body weight only. You do not have to hold a dumbbell for this exercise. Okay, if it's challenging enough for you to just do a split squat, then just do body weight only. And if that's challenging, bring both hands onto your front leg to support you a little bit, like that. Okay, you just use your both hands on your front knee to give you a bit of support if you need it. You can also do it just like I'm doing it with nothing in this overhead hand. So you can take your left hand over your head, even if there's no dumbbell. Two more. Grab the other dumbbell, feet are together, knees are soft, 90 degrees at the elbow, open, bicep curl. This is a hammer curl, open to 45 degrees. Now, make sure that you're really pulling your shoulder blades back and down. I want you to really bring those shoulder blades back, keeping your elbows near your waistline. There's going to be a little bit of movement at the elbow, a little tiny bit, okay? But we don't want a lot of position change at the elbow. Chest is up, long at the bottom. Doesn't that feel good? Listen, if you're getting your shoulder blades into position properly, right here, you should feel this as much in your upper back as you feel it in your biceps. I'm going to say it again. For those of you that are more advanced, my friends who've been with me for a while, right here, if you're bringing your shoulder blades back and squeezing them together, if your shoulder girdle game is strong, you should feel this in your upper back as much as you feel it in your biceps, okay? The key to getting great looking arms is to learn proper functioning at the shoulder. It's one of the best things that I can teach you. If for the rest of your life, all you remember from me is the importance of your glutes and shoulders back and down, I've done you a wondrous favor for the rest of your life. Because if you get shoulders back and down on everything you do, Your life will be better, your shoulders will be healthier, and your arms will look better. Short break, and then we're going to go into our second set, performing that split squat on the other side. Those of you guys doing 3 sets, you'll either split your set and do 10 and 10 or 15 and 15, or you could even do 8 and 8, whatever you want to do. But on your third superset, you'll do some here, and then you'll do some here so that you stay balanced. Okay, grab that dumbbell. If you're following along, it's probably in your right hand, feet together, knees soft. Step back on your right leg if that dumbbell is in your right hand. Step back on your right leg, getting into your split squat position, real comfy, dumbbell over your head. Here we go. Now listen, I believe this right here might be quite possibly one of the most complex exercises you can learn. Now, there are more complicated exercises, like a Turkish get-up is super, super complicated. But when we're talking about foundational moves to really build you, this is a super complex exercise. So if you find it hard, welcome to the Glute gang. Welcome to the club. It is hard. This is a very hard exercise. And you'll get better at it the more you practice and over time. You'll also notice one leg is probably harder than the other. Very normal. 15, grab that other dumbbell, and we've got our bicep curl. Feet together, knees soft, shoulders back and down, 90 degrees, open it out, hammer curl. Hammer curl. Keep your knees soft because that unlocks the pelvis and that allows you, believe it or not, what you're doing at your knees sets up your shoulders for success. If your knees are locked out here, it's a different movement pattern on your upper body. Knees soft, even slightly bent, shoulder blades back in space and down towards your hips. Back and down, back and down, back and down, like your life depends on it. Let me tell you, aggressively, shoulders back and down, shoulders back and down. Do it and see what happens. Everything will change for you, especially in your upper body strength training. Powerful stuff. Powerful, but simple. One more short break. Let me show you the next 2 exercises. We're going down on the ground. Hold on. Yep, you're going to grab your circular hip band and we're going down on the ground. You're also going to want to have a set of dumbbells nearby, possibly for the second exercise, okay? So have a seat on the ground. Take your circle band, put it above your knees, just above your knees. If you need it to be harder, take it slightly below your knees. If you need it to be easier, take it up towards your hips a bit more. So place your feet about 6 inches apart from each other, 6 or more inches apart from each other, and then turn your toes open from here. Okay, so place your feet, turn your toes open, and then lay back into position, elbows bent so that you can retract your shoulders back and down, okay? Push your elbows into the ground so that your chest pops up. That is shoulder retraction. Stretch your band, bring your hips up, and we're gonna extend one leg, alternating side to side. This is the first exercise. Second exercise of this superset, you're just going to flip over, coming into a Renegade Row with that band on. Renegade Row, pulling from side to side. Now, you can do this just like this with your body weight only, or if that's easy for you, grab your dumbbells, Renegade Row, pulling those dumbbells up, okay? Totally normal if you have to shift your body weight side to side. Grab your circle band on your back. Let's go. Have your dumbbells nearby. Feet in position. Toes are open, laying back. Elbows pressing into the ground. Stretch your band. Hips are up. And let's begin by extending one leg back, one leg out, and switch. leg out and switch. Keep a slight tuck under on your pelvis. Hips stay up. You should be able to look down and see your knees, okay? Keep those hips lifted, keep your pelvis tucked under. Oh, guys, it's starting to rain. We might have to end our workout today without the walking lunge workshop. Please stand by. Please also send your prayers because the rain is starting to come. I'm gonna see if I can figure something out, guys. All right, let's see if this works. I'm trying to put my jacket over my phone. Okay, let's see. That might work. Okay, I know part of the camera right there. Okay, you guys, I know part of the camera might be covered by the jacket. There, let's see if that works. If my camera ends up getting covered or my jacket changes, let me know, you guys. We're gonna have to probably cut the workout short today. Renegade Row. Let's get through these. And then you're gonna do your walking lunges without me. Renegade Row and bring it up. 10 or 15 on each side, depending on your ability today. Hips may adjust from side to side, and that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, you can also do this body weight only. If you need to, please continue. 15 reps in total. And short break before we go into our second set. Short little break. And then we're going to go into our second set here. Now, if this first set was comfortable on your glute bridge hip extension, grab yourself a heavier band. Make sure your band is just above your knees. And when we set it up, I want to make sure that you're really stretching your band. So feet into position, toes are turned open, come on back, elbows pressing down into the ground so that your chest lifts. Now, really stretch your band. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And let's come up into our glute bridge and extend. Keep your hips lifted and make sure that you're continuing to stretch that band. Keep that band separated. See what that does to your hips? It's unbelievable what it does for your glutes. So there's a tuck under on your pelvis. You also want to keep your hips up, but not higher than your knees. And you want to stretch your band. Pelvis tucked under, hips up, but just below your knees, and stretch that band. And welcome to Nirvana. Isn't it amazing? Such a good exercise. It's so good for your hamstrings, so good for hips, so good for glutes, so good for your knees, so good for your soul. 15 on each leg is a total of 30. And relax it down. Renegade Row, with or without resistance, whatever works for you. Light dumbbells, heavy dumbbells. It's really dependent on wherever you are, wherever your fitness journey is right now. Hands directly under your shoulders, coming back into your good plank, feet kind of separated, stretch that band. Here we go. 15, 10, 12 or 15 on each side. Again, just really depending on where you are today. You can also just hold a plank. If this is a bit too hard for you, hold your plank. You can also, as I said, do it without weights, or you can hold your plank and tap your tummy just like we did In the beginning for our warm-up, (10, 12 to 15 on each side. Super strong here, keeping those hips up. Don't let them sink too much. And when you're done, drop to your knees, tuck your toes, and I want you to rock back and forth. Let's come in for a little bit of that forefoot work here. Rocking back and forth, keeping your heels together if you can, bringing pressure to the toes, flexion to the ankle. And come on up. Keep your knees lifting slightly. I know you have a band on. Please keep moving so you don't get dizzy. After you've lifted your knees 6 to 8, 10 times, we're going to go ahead and take the band off. And guys, it's full on raining. I'm so sad. I'm so frustrated right now. I know you can't tell. I'm so frustrated. I was really looking forward to our walking lunges. So listen up for today. I am going to end our workout here to save my technology. I just got a brand new phone and I want to make sure that I save it. But I would love for you to stick around and practice your walking lunges. So if you're new to the walking lunge mini workshop, what you're going to do, starting with your feet together, you're going to lunge, step together, lunge, step together. Each step is 1 rep. 20 steps, take a short break, repeat for a second set. Every week, we're adding another 10 steps, and you just take as long of a break in between those 2 sets as you need to. Once you get upwards of 80, 90, or 100 steps, just start timing yourself, and I want your goal to be to work up to 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes of nonstop walking lunges. And then the trajectory into the future is to eventually get us all where we're doing about 10 minutes of walking lunges. I know that sounds a lot, but that could take you a period of time to get there, and just take the time that you need to actually make that happen. So any questions before I wrap up, guys? We got a little bit of a break in the rain here, so I just want to check in and see if you have any questions. And like I said, I will be here again next week, and then that will be next week, guys, will be our final group workout of the year. And then we're going to take a weekend off, and then I will be back on January 2nd. Hopefully, you guys, if the rain stopped, we're doing walking lunges, so stick around. If it stops, we're doing some walking lunges. So if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them in now. I'm gonna get you guys started on some walking lunges, okay? And then if it starts raining, I'm just gonna shut the camera off, but let me check and see. I wanna go over some questions here real quick. You are so welcome, Jillian. Carmen, you're so welcome. Hold on, guys, let's see here. Emmy, yay, Sarah Gillespie, hello, Kathy Connors. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start you with some walking lunges. Those of you guys that are still here, let me see who's still here. Hang on one sec. What do we got? Yeah, guys, let's do it. You're here. Let's do it. Walking lunges. I got a little break in the rain. Let's take advantage of it. I see you, Anne-Marie. I see you, Anne-Marie. Good girl. So proud of you. All right, guys, here we go. Walking lunges. Let's get them done. Do me a favor. Share in the comments. How many are you doing? Will you guys give me an update? Let me know where you are so I can keep an eye on you. Are you doing 20? Are you doing 30? Are you doing 40? Are you doing 1 set, 2 set? Are you brand new? Please give me an update just so I can keep an eye on you. Let's get started if you haven't already. Feet are together, knees are soft. On your first one, you're gonna step out, hands onto your knee, squeeze your glute. Hands on your knee, squeeze your glute. Hands on your knee, squeeze your glute. Hands on your knee, squeeze your glute, okay? Find your rhythm. The whole name of the game here is to move at a pace that's a little slow so that you can do these in an extended fashion. Now, if you're new, 20 are going to be challenging. And then as you grow, 40 become challenging. Then 50 become challenging. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter how many you're doing. The point is, I want you to be able to lengthen how many you're doing. And in order to do that, because time is involved, we're working with the energy systems of your body, okay? So how your body recycles energy while you're exercising is dependent on intensity. And the longer you perform an activity, the lower the intensity has to be. Otherwise, you're going to shift into an anaerobic energy system and you're going to burn out. So when we're doing these extended walking lunges, the goal is to do them a little bit more slowly so that your heart rate doesn't elevate too much and your body is able to recycle and recover from step to step to step. So in between each step, your body is recovering. So when we're doing these walking lunges like we do them here on Saturdays for the walking lunge mini workshop, okay, it's different than what you would do, let's say, during the glutes project or whatever strength training program you're following. So when you do walking lunges as a strengthening exercise, you would never do 60, 70, 80, or 90. You would do fewer, use a heavier weight load, and take a rest in between sets. Got it? So the philosophy is a bit different, even though we're using the same exercise. The goal here on Saturdays is muscular endurance, stamina, flexibility, and extended time. And then during the week, you do fewer and you can add some resistance. Add dumbbells, add a weighted vest, add a barbell on your shoulder, whatever works for you. Short little break in between each set. Let me know how you guys are doing, how many sets you're doing, how many steps you're doing. I need all the details, please, because you know me. I need all the details. And for those of you guys that if you didn't see the announcement, the next Holidays of December giveaway is a fireside stretch session Monday night. This coming Monday night, 7:00 p.m. East Coast time. Join me by the fire, and we're going to be doing an hour-long stretch session. If you're on my email list, you would have got the announcement, I think, yesterday, and I will send a reminder on Monday. Let's do our second set of walking lunges. I'm so glad. The rain is starting to pick up. Perfect timing, though. I'm going to get through this set, guys, and then we're going to jump off to save my technology. But I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad I got to get some walking lunges in. You guys, my life is just not nearly as good without walking lunges, and I didn't get as much activity this past week and last week as I normally do because I really was not feeling well. And so my bod is just like craving these today. Make sure you really step together, tuck your pelvis under, and squeeze your glutes. Okay, you step together, you drive into the ground, the heel that you just stepped onto. So your front leg, drive that heel into the ground so that you can bring your hip forward to activate and squeeze the glute. Activate, squeeze the glute. Really important. It's finishing out and following through with this step forward. Step forward, drive through. Step forward, drive through. Step forward, drive through. And it ends with that hip tuck, glute squeeze. Hip tuck, glute squeeze. One more stretch. So good for mobility, flexibility, body alignment. Those of you guys that have knee issues, if you stay patient and conservative and work this exercise, it really can help to reduce knee issues. Just be safe, be cautious, listen to your body, and make sure it's a gradual increase from week to week to week. Okay, guys, I am going to sign off and get out of the rain. Thank you for being here with me this weekend. Thank you for all of your lovely messages last weekend when I wasn't feeling better. I'm so glad and lucky and fortunate that I'm on the mend. I will see you next weekend, and I hope to see you Monday night for our fireside stretch. Happy weekend, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah to those of you guys that are celebrating. I will see you next week.